This has been one hell of a week.
Yeah, what a sucky week for...
You want to start off with the what happened at the Performance Center?
Sure.
Since this is NXT.
Yeah. Monday afternoon around 1:30, the police were called due to a man who was trespassing on the property of the Performance Center. This is a man that they've had multiple issues with.
He's got like a restraining order.
Yes.
From the building.
Yeah, he is not allowed to be on the property. Some people saying that apparently he was obsessed with a certain WWE diva.
That's what I heard.
I don't know. Do we want to say names, or do we just want to kind of like?
I don't know any names.
No one watches our videos anyway, so.
Well, I heard it was a diva. I have no idea who it was. Who's it supposed to be?
I know all the names. So if you're interested and you want names,
I want names.
All right.
I want names.
So the man in question is Armando Montalvo.
I'm finding him on Facebook.
Never mind, I'm not going to say my name.
Alejandro?
No, just... this guy shot a guy, I'm not saying it.
Well, no. This guy didn't shoot a guy.
Oh, okay. Fight me in real life.
Well, he can't. Dude. He can't because he's in critical condition in a hospital.
Because he got shot.
Because he was the one that got shot.
Got a hole in that fight.
Yeah. The cops were called because, this is a guy they've dealt with on multiple occasions. He's been showing up at the Performance Center because he's obsessed with Lita. And Lita's been at the Performance Center
because of Tough Enough.
And so he showed up Monday afternoon, doing the same stuff. The police were called, and when the police showed up, he actually had a knife on him. The police warned him multiple times.
He was looking to cut a door out of the Performance Center.
Yeah, fight me in real life, Armando. What the fuck ever.
He can't because he's in critical condition.
I don't care. This dude sounds like a bag of dicks. So
a bag of crazy dicks.
Okay. The cops warned him multiple times to put the knife down, and he ended up charging one of the officers. Officer...
Boss man.
No. Stephen Wall ended up shooting him once in the torso. He was taken to the Orlando Regional Medical Facility.
That's this region for people who don't know.
The
Piper region.
Medical Center.
Oh.
And where he did go into surgery and is in critical condition. A friend of his saying that apparently this guy has a mental disorder where mentally he is still a child. He enjoys wrestling a lot. He wants to be a wrestler.
Don't give kids knives, guys.
And Triple H called him deranged.
Yes. Officer Stephen Wall was forced to do desk work for a week. It's part of their their regulations as far as when you're in a situation like that, you need to take some time away.
I mean, most of the time, no matter what law enforcement agency it is, when a cop shoots a person, they have to stay out of active duty until they have a full psych eval.
Yeah. Because
to make sure it didn't. Because shooting someone, even if you didn't shoot them out of malice, like he shot him out of defense because the guy came at him with a knife, you still have to be like, okay, make sure shooting the guy didn't fuck you up mentally.
Yeah. Well, there's a statistic, I don't know the numbers, but soldiers who go to war and are in active battlefields, there's a higher percentage of people who just don't fire. Because shooting people is a really hard choice.
Yeah, it has to be life or death at that moment. And it's just, I can't even imagine being in that situation. But as of right now...
I want to tell you guys an impressive sniper story later, too.
All right. So as of right now, Montalvo is still in critical condition. If you have any other updates, go ahead and post in the comments. Let us know any updates. Should we move on to something happier?
I'll start with a happy thing.
All right, give us something happy, Hawk.
Happy Hawk. Happy Hawk. Happy Hawks. That sounds delicious.
Tell us something happy, Hawk.
Well? WWE is finally releasing an Owen Hart DVD this December.
Awesome.
Good choice. I'm excited. I loved Owen Hart. I thought he was cool. The DVD they've got like a 45-second little trailer for it.
We'll put the link down.
It looks awesome. So far, all the DVD I've seen, Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, Ron Simmons, Triple H, Road Dogg, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan. a lot of people are saying that basically almost everyone in all the remaining members of the Hart clan are going to be taking part in it somehow, with the exception of his widow, Martha, who's still not quite down with the idea of WWE doing things with the Owen Hart name.
Yeah. And that's fair. Like, I don't agree with that stance, but it's definitely, I don't share that stance.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a fair stance to have.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why she's doing it.
She feels like they're exploiting the name
in
order to make money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, but the guy was great. Why not let WWE
honestly,
pay their respects?
This could be the tragedy shaping my view, but I honestly think Owen was better than Brett.
I think a lot of people felt that way.
Yeah.
As far as
Brett says it in the trailer, too. Not that Owen was better than me, but what he says about Owen in the trailer is, like, I knew he was going to be good, but I never knew he was going to be as good as he was.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is a lot of people didn't expect Owen to live up to that standard and end up making it being as great as he was in the ring.
Yeah. And I myself, I don't know that much about Owen because it was actually his death that brought wrestling into my world. I didn't know about wrestling until that was all over news. All my friends at school were talking about it, and I was like, what is wrestling? Like, what is this? And they had just started SmackDown, or they were getting ready to do SmackDown, and so I was like, oh, well, I want to watch this. I don't know what this is. And so, it's unfortunate that, he was taken way too soon. But, I mean, if it wasn't for that situation, I might not have gotten into wrestling.
So I've told this story before to you guys. I don't know if I said it on air, but I'm going to tell it again, because it's probably my favorite Owen Hart story.
Okay.
In a really dark, twisted way.
Oh, no.
Oh, awesome.
But my friend was watching that pay-per-view, and he went out to the backyard for some reason, I don't know, and he had his Owen Hart toy, and he was throwing it in the air, just messing around. It hit the fence post, and his head popped off. And then his friend, whose house he was at, ran out and told him what happened, like right at the same moment.
Oh, he felt he was responsible.
He had an Owen. He had an Owen Hart voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Well, let's swerve this back.
Some negative news again.
Check out that trailer. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna watch the trailer to make myself a little less sad after we talk about the rest of the shitty news. Let's talk about something that's still sucks, but it's kind of funny.
More in an outlandish way.
Zara Schreiber, who everyone knows as the nude woman that showed up on
the nude Nazi.
She was the one that was in the leaked picture scandal with Seth Rollins earlier this year.
Nudity.
Well, it was.
Can we talk about because I know what this is gonna turn into. This is gonna turn into like a big 3-disc DVD compilation, the rise and fall of this woman,
Zara Schreiber.
Because I mean, her rocket career. I mean, first, because she showed up with Seth Rollins at TakeOver. Yeah, they were sitting next to each other. And then a few days later, she made her debut at a live event. And 2 days after that, she was fired.
Yeah.
She had a good 5 days. That was about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your week in NXT.
So, her defense for, the Nazi pictures that she had on her Instagram. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Anyway.
It was on her Instagram, and it was from, fucking, 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was from, 2012. And, what had happened, though, is, shortly after she put the pictures up on her Instagram in 2012, she, hid them. They were hidden. And then recently, they had just, right after her debut, they had somehow just re-popped up. They had
It was Seth Rollins' ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, well, but, so, her defense was, there's stuff in my house, I can have whatever I want in my bedroom wall. And that's fair, you can have free speech, all that, but I don't think I'm taking a very controversial stance when I say fuck Nazis.
How dare you?
Right?
Nazis are people too.
I think Nazis, they're the one, this isn't the Confederate flag controversy where there's people on both sides. Like, no, if you have a swastika, like, that's related directly to hate and racism and murder. And sure, it meant something before that, but it doesn't matter at this point. Like, there's no separating those two.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to, like, there's never going to be a resurgence of the swastika.
Right, so...
And bringing it back for positive energy.
So rounding it back to my point, with all that said, is yes, it's your bedroom, you can have that up if you want, but if you're going to be a famous figure, a recognizable person, you should not have that.
Yeah.
Especially on your Instagram.
Right, like, you can have that, but you shouldn't be promoting that to all of the fans, because it makes the company look bad, and you're gonna get fired.
In her defense, and she wasn't with WWE when she posted the pictures.
No, but they resurfaced.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that her reaction was a bad one, saying, "Oh, well, it's I can have whatever I want." Your reaction is, "Oh, sorry, I'll do better next time."
Yeah.
Not
My thing is just like, okay, so they disappeared, which, I mean, to me, somehow using her settings on Instagram, because I don't know how Instagram works, I don't have one,
I'm sure
she
you can-
hid the pictures.
Yeah, it's like
Made them private.
yeah, you can do the same thing with pictures on Facebook.
Yeah.
And Twitter and stuff
and
like
so
that.
right after she debuted, they became public again.
Yeah.
I'm saying the decision somewhere to make all of her pictures on Instagram public and having that on there, shortly after, a WWE superstar will be directly related with their Instagram account, their Facebook, their Twitter, and, posting something like that on there not that long after Hulk Hogan gets erased from WWE. The most iconic figure in the company gets erased for something that he didn't do.
It's just Hulk Hogan. They're not going to do anything to me.
Yeah,
I'm naked woman.
Hogan gets erased for something he did on something that wasn't even supposed to be seen anyways.
Yeah. And
Wasn't this also from around that same time?
Yeah, 2012, I think.
That was a big year for racism. It's amazing how much Hulk Hogan and this woman have in common.
Was she the one on the sex tape?
No,
No.
Okay.
that was Hulk's daughter wife.
Oh, gross. It's so gross.
It's Brooke wife.
So yeah, needless to say, Seth Rollins' significant others don't have the best track record this year.
Yeah.
One of them.
Naked Lady and Hulk Hogan, Seth Rollins' significant others.
Ew. Oh, gross. Wait. Okay. Hang on. Do you think? No, never mind. Do you think? Oh God, I don't know if I want to say it. Did the blonde streak in his hair have anything to do with the fact that he was secretly sleeping with a Nazi?
Maybe.
No,
No.
because he's had that for years.
But maybe he knew that he was going to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is maybe.
It's like, Nazis will be more attractive to me if I dye one part of my hair blonde.
Oh God. All right.
We're not saying she's a Nazi.
But we're not saying that she's very smart.
But we did not see that coming.
We're not saying that she's not a Nazi.
Yeah, it's up to her whether she's Nazi or not.
Oh man. All
I'm gonna
right.
invent a new dice game.
All right. Let's
Nazi.
God. All right. Let's bring the mood down a little bit here. Yeah. I'll let you pick Jimmy Snuka or Bram.
I want to do Bram next because the Bram one, there's not a whole lot of levity to the situation. Snuka, you can still make jokes about that one because of how
ridiculous
their claims are.
All right. So Bram, also known as Thomas Latimer, was
Also known as his real name.
suspended from TNA this past weekend because he was arrested for allegedly strangling his girlfriend. Most people were freaking. Here's the great thing about this story is, as soon as it broke, everyone's like, oh my God, is Charlotte okay? Because he's married to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay, think about the phraseology here though. They use the term girlfriend.
Yes.
Not wife.
Yes. And so, yeah, that was the biggest thing. Like, no one gave a shit about him They're like,
Or-
oh my god, is Charlotte okay?
Well, I mean, speaking for me personally, and maybe like-minded people, as soon as it's like, oh, this guy went to jail for strangling the person he's with, yeah, I don't give a shit about him.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
No.
I'm far more concerned about the girlfriend.
Yeah. But yeah, his...
You know what? Fight him in real life. Because you're really big and I don't want to fight you.
Don't point. He's bigger. He's bigger.
I
Fight.
got 2 fingers pointing at you.
You got 2 fingers pointing at you.
You gotta... Yeah, I'm just scratching my head now.
But yeah, he was suspended from TNA and was arrested Sunday. His girlfriend, Ashley Allen, said that the two of them were arguing, and she went to the bedroom to get away from the situation. He followed her in, pinned her on the bed, and actually held her down by choking her. He was arrested, but then was released on Monday on a $5,000 bond for domestic battery by strangulation, and also a $1,000 bond for false imprisonment.
So,
I mean,
maybe he just finished reading 50 Shades of Grey.
You know, the reason I knew this wasn't Charlotte was because the headline said that he was arrested for strangling, not that Flair was arrested for murder.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah. No, I feel like if he tried to pull that with Charlotte, he probably would have got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, I feel like she's tougher than him.
Yeah, like, if Charlotte hadn't whooped his ass for this situation, Ric Flair would be in prison right now.
Yeah, Ric Flair would have come in with a gun.
Right.
Yeah, I mean...
Needless to say, he has a girlfriend. Yes, confirmed. Him and Charlotte are in process of divorcing.
Yes.
And Charlotte's probably trying to speed that along now.
Charlotte's like, let's sign these papers real fast. But yeah, that sucks because I kind of like Bram. He was, when I was trying to get back into TNA, he was kind of cool. But now you can fuck right off. I don't care about you.
You are not even allowed to have a Randy Newman song at the beginning of your movie.
Exactly. Fuck you, and hopefully
You don't got a friend in me. Bitch.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
Or me either.
All right. We'll bring it back up again real quick.
Bring it back up with a murder charge.
No.
Oh, we got another one? We got more?
Another murder charge?
We've got nice stuff to put in between to break up the shit.
More padding?
Yes.
Some fluff?
So we talked about it on the Indie News this past week that it was rumored that Sarita was headed to the WWE. It has been confirmed. Her last date with CMLL will be September 18th, and she'll be a coach at the Performance Center.
Yay, more cool coaches.
Yeah, so I mean, I was really into Sarita and Taylor Wilde as a tag team when they were in TNA. They did awesome stuff, and I can only imagine that that'll just bring even more talent to the crop of ladies that we've got coming through now. And with the fact that they've already got Sarah Del Rey, you add Sarita to that situation.
Possibly Kana.
Possibly Kana. There's all kinds of great talent that's now training these girls coming up through the ranks. So
Yeah.
that's exciting.
I want to share my rumor. That rumor has it that Chuck Taylor has been signed to WWE. Those rumors have also been proven false.
By Chuck Taylor.
Yeah. So.
Or at least he's trying. If they're not false, he's trying really hard to convince everybody they're false.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said that there was five stars that possibly.
Yeah, I
got
think it was
signed.
5 or 6. I can't remember.
Well, I think we can kind of guess that maybe since we saw them on NXT, that Ciampa and Gargano are two of them.
Yeah. Regal
And
definitely thinks they're sexy. So.
and Rich Swann and Biff Busick,
Yeah, that's exciting.
according to PW Torch, have signed developmental deals, and they'll be starting with NXT in October.
And Chuck Taylor hasn't denied either of those, so it's probably true.
Yeah. All right.
But stop making rumors about him going to WWE. They're making his mom sad.
Yeah. Why would you want to wait? Why would you want to make Mrs. Taylor sad?
Hashtag Dustin's mom.
Oh yeah, his name's really not Chuck Taylor. I forgot that part. All right, so we'll finish it off with probably the biggest story as far as
the bizarrest.
Yeah, as far as like the wrestling world goes. So in 1983, a 32-year-old woman by the name of Nancy Argentino was murdered.
Which I feel like that couldn't be somebody's real name.
Apparently it is.
It's
according to the
It's an
autopsy,
alias.
she was the injuries were consistent with her head moving and hitting a stationary object. Plus, she had signs of domestic abuse or violence on her body with cuts and bruises and all kinds of stuff. She was the girlfriend of Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and when this whole thing happened back in 1983, it was ruled a homicide, but no one was ever arrested.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it came down to it, Snuka's report was that they were horsing around outside of a hotel room, and she fell and hit her head on the concrete. They wanted to get him for manslaughter or negligible homicide because he didn't attempt to get her any medical help.
Yeah.
And the case has recently been reopened
As of last year.
because he wrote his autobiography, and the reason they're reopening the case is because the story he tells in his biography doesn't match with what he told them 20-some years ago. He says that they were at a gas
Man
station.
got hit with a coconut. He has memory problems.
Gas station or rest stop or something, and she hit her head, slipped, hit her head on a toilet or something. And, I mean, either way, they're still trying to get him on the same charge, negligible homicide or manslaughter, because he didn't, try to get her medical help. But
He was indicted on third-degree murder, so, I mean, they're just... Yeah, I don't know if this is just them trying to close the case itself, or...
I guess if you didn't go to trial, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
I think
answered
there's
my question
yeah.
by
Good job.
statute
I knew what
of
you were saying,
limitations, aren't there statute of limitations though?
Well, yeah, I mean,
isn't there a certain
okay.
amount of time before this case just is
there-
gone?
I feel like if the Cosby victims, or if Cosby can't go to jail because the statute of limitations on rape is passed, then the statute of limitations on murder should also be passed.
I think with the fact that it's been 32 years
Right.
since this incident happened...
And no matter which one of the two stories you believe, if they're goofing around or shoving each other in a hotel room, or she slipped and fell in a public restroom, neither of them seem like cold-blooded murder.
Right.
Yeah.
Is because what, he didn't take her to a hospital.
I
Accidents
will
happen.
say that it wouldn't surprise me to find out that Jimmy Snuka killed someone. He just seems...
He's crazy
Is it the
looking.
Samoan thing?
No, because it would surprise me if The Rock killed someone.
That's true.
It's
Yeah,
just, he looks like someone who would kill someone.
He does have a psycho face.
Like,
Or did have a psycho face. Now he's got an old face.
right.
He's got old psycho face.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at this point, no matter what, chances are he's never going to go into, a legitimate prison. He's
They'll probably just be like,
70-some
Snuka, shame on you.
He's 70-some years old. He's
Yeah.
battling cancer. He's got so many, hip and knee surgeries he needs to get done. He's not a flight risk.
Yeah.
They made him give up his passport after
Yeah, and
arresting him.
And Bill Apter actually went on YouTube and posted a couple videos. He wasn't everyone's like, oh, he was arrested from his home and he's in prison. No, him and his wife willingly went to the arraignment. Everything was presented. He immediately posted bail, and currently he is at home with his wife.
Yeah.
So,
But he's also been removed from the alumni section of WWE's website.
he's been removed from the Hall of Fame section.
Yeah.
There. And it's...
That sucks, but I can see it.
Quack, quack.
Because assuming,
Quack.
the fact that Hulk Hogan just said some racist stuff and is being removed, I think WWE leaving in a possible murderer. Now, I don't think he's guilty. You guys don't think he's guilty.
No.
But the fact that it's a question, I feel it would make them look really bad for not.
Yeah, and it's... I don't blame WWE for the
Yeah.
situation at all, because, if, just to, kind of connect the situation, if it had turned out that, if Chris Benoit was still alive, and, it was a mystery as to how his family died, and the same situation came about, it would make sense. They distanced themselves so far from Chris Benoit,
Right.
despite the fact that he's dead, but he still murdered his family, he killed himself, he's a monster. by what
murdered his family.
Yeah, it's
I don't think it
the whole situation is messed up, and the WWE doesn't want to be a part of that.
Kevin Sullivan.
So until Jimmy Snuka is cleared of whatever the situation is, you probably won't see a lot of video packages, or you probably won't see Jimmy Snuka's name under the Hall of Fame section. You probably won't see him at all as far as WWE programming or content goes.
Yeah.
I have another story actually that popped into my head just now.
Holy shit! All right,
I have one if you guys don't have it. So.
All right, that's all I've got.
What
So
do you have?
Okay, so The Rock was arrested. Did you guys hear about this?
I heard it was bullshit.
So The Rock was arrested because he was in a neighborhood and some lady called the cops because a large black man was in the area selling narcotics. So the cops came and they arrested The Rock and they found some pills in his pocket. And so they arrested him, telling him that his fame didn't put him above the law. They later found out that what he had was his prescription drugs and let him go.
All right. I thought that was bullshit.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I heard that the story wasn't true, but it could be. I wouldn't be surprised. My story involves a local professional wrestler, long retired, from our area, Portland area, Billy Jack Haynes.
Oh.
Oh
boy.
Is crazy.
No shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen anything he's posted on Facebook or on YouTube.
I haven't seen that, but I know he's crazy, so...
Yeah.
So recently,
I think I know what you're talking about.
he's challenged WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin to a mixed martial arts fight. He wants to do it on UFC. I want us to have a link to the video.
Oh god,
because in the video where he's challenging Stone Cold to a fight, it's
I
all
haven't seen the
based.
video.
It's all based on the past Stone Cold's legal troubles of domestic violence
Against Deborah. Yeah.
It's happened in multiple different of Stone Cold's relationships.
I didn't know that. I only know about the situation with Deborah.
But I mean, let's face it, Stone Cold. The idea that he's challenging Stone Cold to a fight is what blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Stone Cold nowadays,
Stone Cold's still a fucking beast.
He's still in really good shape. He looks actually in better shape, muscular-wise, than he was when he left WWE.
Because he's able to work out like 6 times a week.
Yeah.
Billy Jack Haynes still looks big. I mean, he was a large
Well,
man.
yeah,
But the video, this is what gets me. He has no teeth, or has few teeth, but he's got that no teeth look. And he's wearing a weird blonde wig in the video. Like, there's other videos of him that he's posted in the past where you see, obviously, he's got short gray hair, because he's always gray.
Right.
But in this video in particular, he's wearing, like, a blonde wig.
Well, he doesn't want Stone Cold to know that he has short
Stone Cold won't look through my other videos.
And, you know, he's calling out Stone Cold. He's calling out Dana White, president of UFC, to try and make this fight happen.
Okay.
Best you're ever gonna get Billy Jack Haynes is celebrity boxing, but I mean that's best case scenario.
Stone
for
Cold's
you
still not gonna do that
because I don't think you're a celebrity anymore.
No.
No disrespect, because you were a legend in Portland wrestling, and you know you were at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
You did a match.
But that just goes to show how fucking old you are.
No, I really hope. I don't even know if Stone Cold has even mentioned anything about this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into it
It
more.
would surprise me if Stone Cold's even seen this video.
Well, even if Stone Cold
After this
hasn't
is
seen
over-
it, it's probably been tweeted to him.
Well, yeah, but
After this is over, I'm
probably
gonna
hasn't.
tweet the video to him. Just to reiterate.
Alright.
I doubt that he's watched it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Stone Cold has the same reaction we do. This is just an old dude who just wants some
Stone
attention.
Cold should have him on his podcast.
Fuck no.
I would laugh so hard.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Billy Jack Haynes, he's old, he's senile. At
I'm
this
pretty
point.
sure Billy Jack Haynes also blamed Stone Cold and Vince for Roddy Piper's death.
What I heard is he blamed Stone Cold for Roddy Piper's being fired
Right.
from his Legends deal.
Yeah.
Which I never understood the reasoning. I listened, there's a radio show, and I listened because somebody put it on the YouTube. Is the guy on the radio show actually read Billy Jack's whole Facebook post about the whole thing, and actually read it aloud. And it didn't make much sense.
I tried to. It was posted on I think Ringside News. I tried to read it, but I was like, so many typos. I was hurting my head trying to read the whole thing, so I just gave up.
You know, and coming from the guy who was seen recently at Roddy Piper's memorial service that they had the Monday after he died in front of what used to be the Portland Sports Arena, now it's a church. He seemed to be fairly calm, mild-mannered individual that seemed fairly down to earth. It does just seem like it's a giant cry for attention.
Yeah. And
you got our attention.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
You're welcome for all this wonderful, wonderful news that we've just given you. That I don't even know how long we've been going. This might be a separate video.
It will be.
If it has been.
It should be.
If it has been, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, click all the links,
Do all those
and
things.
check out the playlist.
Also, do all those things at the end of the NXT main event video.
Which you'll find up in the playlist along with
we
Raw
didn't
review.
tell you because we just kind of filmed them all the way through.
Yes.
So,
We didn't think that we were going to spend so much time on these stories.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a lot quicker.
we
but
had a lot more fun with this than we probably should have.
check
a lot
out
more Nazi talk.
check out the Raw review. Check out the midweek wrap up. You can rewatch all of this craziness if you want. We got SmackDown coming up next, and then Thomas will have his top 5, his August edition, and then following that, me and Kevin Hawk will be doing Indie News coming this Monday.
Indian news
With King of Trios results. And possibly daily results if we can find it.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Yeah.